everyone, welcome back to my channel. I feel pretty inspired, Captain America. I'm a huge comic person, and my next thing movie is the Black Panther. All day, I'm gonna be dressed to the nine for that. I want to tell you one thing I love, and it has a lot of martial arts feel to it. I love pro wrestling, entertainment wrestling. I grew up Memphis, Tennessee. At that time was Jerry Lawler, the king of Memphis. Austin Idol was the universal heartthrob. I grew up in that era. Then I stopped for a number of years. Then I picked it up about 97, 98, really 96 with Goldberg and all the hype. And I haven't dropped it since. It's been some lean years. It haven't been some good years. But I've still been kind of faithful. I can't watch every single thing. Hulu, a lot of it, because Hulu kind of give you the best of versus make you watch the whole 3 hours, the whole 2 hours. One group of faction that I love right now is the Bloodline. I mean, just Roman Reigns, the way he just swagger, just kind of forces his will on anybody and back it up and cool, calm, and collected. He's not necessarily like a 100% heel. He's like, he just tell you the truth, and the truth is not what you're gonna like. And then the Usos, with that Bloodline, is pretty good. I haven't seen a faction that dominant since the first year of the NWO. And it bypassed the Rock and DX. I mean, they were a good faction, but they just dominant. You know you coming to see them, and they act like they on top. Like you coming to see them. They so cool. They such a heel that you got to love them. Roman Reigns is just, I mean, always been a phenomenal athlete, but he just couldn't get over. But I thought he has the potential, but the way he just dominate. And then, you got Paul Heyman, literally the best hype man ever. Only person that's in Paul Heyman level was Bobby the Brain Heenan. It's a few others. I mean, you go back to the 60s and 70s. Unfortunately, that wasn't my time frame. The mid 80s and on was kind of my time frame. But in the last 25 years, there's nobody been better than Paul Heyman carrying a mic. He's just magical on that mic. He's surgical with that mic skills. So right now they are so dominant. It's like, who can beat them? And I love that swagger of it, and I try to apply it to martial arts. And when I used to be heavy into working out and weightlifting, I always came out to a wrestling song or a theme song, or I had that wrestling like I was walking into a room or arena. Cause I always wanted to be a football star and have that swagger walking out and people chanting your name. But unfortunately, I didn't play football long enough. How can I say you tie that swagger into martial arts? You just have that mindset that you just good and you just dominate, not arrogant. arrogant is like you try to make people feel bad, and while you feel good, but really when you arrogant, it's really you don't feel good. You just try to pump yourself. But when you know that you know that you know that you dominate, that's a good feeling to have. I used to feel that way, and then a couple of major injuries like groin pull, back strain, back tear, knee cartilage damage, shoulder damage, rib damage. It take a lot of that feel out of you. You know, that like, what? I'm coming to dominate wherever I am. But I still like to turn it on from time to time just to see where I'm at. Most of the time in my mindset is, okay, I'm learning a skill to protect my family, and I'm going to go home and go to work the next day. But sometimes I get in these modes. It's rare, but I get in this mode like I'm a lion and I'm coming to dominate wherever I'm at. And sometimes you just gotta pump yourself up and just own it. I don't do it very often because I know with that mindset you can become a jerk, and I tend to like to be a nice person. But I just love the swagger of the Bloodlines, and I try to apply that into my martial arts field. The second week of September, I'm going to participate in a karate fight, and I need that swagger. I need that light, that lion, which is I call it my martial art animal, which is the lion, the strength, the power, the roar, the dominance, the confidence. You don't even have to tell who you are. You just walk in the room and everybody know who you are. That's the feeling that I need to feel for that fight. And that's not to hurt anybody. That's not to be disrespectful to my opponent. But I got to feel like I can win this fight. Despite how my body feels, which hurts a lot. But I got to channel that inner beast in me and like, yo, I'm coming to dominate. And there's nobody that's going to beat me that day. That's the mindset I'm working on right now. And it takes a lot for me to get there. But I have gotten there in the past. I feel more confident in my karate versus my jiu-jitsu. My jiu-jitsu, I'm okay, but I have been better if I didn't have the injuries. But karate, for the most part, there's nobody my size. I have been the biggest of all my martial arts, with exception of one person. But I have been the biggest. Most people are not in my weight class. And then my strength-wise, it's okay. It's okay for a 45-year-old man. It's not what it was 12 years ago when I was pushing 375 off my chest. But, you know, it's going to have to work. So, the moral of the story is I'm going to go there with that swagger, not be a jerk, not to be unprofessional, but I'm coming to wreck shop and take care of business and have that Roman Reigns mindset. So that's where I'm working on right now. So until next time, keep training.